No more Inhumans books. Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Marvel Madness Comics Podcast, episode number 32. We have concluded Legacy Month, and we're back to our classic categories. So there's no fancy intro or anything this week. We're just back to doing what we do here. And I am Brandon, as always, joined by my man, Trevitt. Trevitt, how we doing?
Not bad, not bad. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. And we're going to kick it here with 3 books for you guys. We go through our mission statement, tell you how we do things, go over any mail or anything and how to get a hold of us. If we did get any mail, we'll read that, discuss it. We got some news to discuss. We got 3 books to go over, midpoint facts. But we'll start at the beginning where we always do, which is our mission statement here. We're going to cover 3 books for you guys. And again, a return to our classic lineup again tonight as we continue to strive and fulfill our mission of providing you guys the ins and outs of the Marvel comic book universe. In between talking books, we chit-chat about some of Marvel's latest news, rumors, titles, characters, fun facts, and all that fall under the general going-ons of Earth Prime's umbrella. We try to cover a variety of titles for you guys each month in an effort to avoid any repetitiveness and in an attempt to keep things fresh and informative for you guys, the listeners. This is a return again to our beloved categories for the 3rd time tonight. So that means our Spider-Man category is going to be taken up by the longest Spider-Man title ever, Amazing Spider-Man and Venom Inc. Alpha number 1. So we're going to talk some of that. I discussed it solo on the Marvel Minute this week, but we're going to throw Trevitt in on the segment and discuss it together. So if you heard the Marvel Minute, don't skip that part this week because it's going to be a fresh take. Book 2 is Spirits of Vengeance, number 3, in one of my favorite Legacy series. Unfortunately, it's a mini series out of what, 5? It's a weird number, isn't it?
Which one?
Vengeance. Isn't it only out of 5?
Yeah, it's only out of 5, so there's 2 more to go.
Yeah, so yeah, that one's moving along. So we're going to discuss Spirits of Vengeance, about the midway point, 3 of 5. And then we get into kind of a maxi series, I guess you could say, Astonishing X-Men, number 6, and that's going, what, of 12, right?
Yep, 12.
Yeah, so we're halfway point of that one, too. We're going to check in on a bunch of halfway points in the beginning of one crossover. What's up?
I think that, like these mini-series, at the end of the Inhumans one, it says, like, it was kind of like the one-shot. So it says,
with
if you want more...
the pre-series?
Yeah. The last issue was this past week, number 5, and at the end it was like the one shots. It's like, if you want more of Future Kings, write us and let us know. And I'm like, I wonder if Spirits of Vengeance is going to end like that. Like, if you want more of this series, let us know. Like,
I imagine. I'll bet you, because just like the one shots did,
That's a good. I like that idea though. Testing out the waters. Like, if it sells well, if they get a good reaction, we'll make it into a series instead of just doing a series and then canceling it and leaving people in limbo,
quizzing the people that read and buy the books instead of listening to the internet necessarily more. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of a good thing.
I like that. I like that a lot. They're making decisions.
Yeah, and then we are going to lump a 4th book on to the schedule this month, and we're waiting on the Jean Grey event to kick off. I thought it was supposed to start at the beginning of the month, so that's going to be the 4th book. And we're going to cover that in its entirety when it eventually does release, which is I think it's going to be the week of either Metal or Doomsday Clock, just to go up against something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's coming, and that's why we've brought you back-to-back 3 book weeks, because when I've been planning this out, I've always just left that spot open for Jean Grey, and it hasn't come out yet, so we're not skipping you on Christmas. The Christmas month, that's what I'm trying to get at here. But we do cover all these books. We rate them honestly and on our own opinions and scale of buy, borrow, or forget it altogether. So there's no science behind it other than that, what our feelings are. Buy means buy it now. Borrow means get the code from a friend. Forget it altogether means don't drop a dime on the book. Avoid it altogether, even if you're a big collector. We suggest you do not read that. So yeah, if you guys are looking to get a hold of us, with the holidays around the corner, gift ideas for Marvel fans or anything like that, we'll see what we can come up with for you guys. But you can do that one of two ways. First way is on Twitter. That's at Madness Marvel 1. And the other way is through Gmail, long form, old fashioned style, Marvel Madness 0 at gmail.com. And Trevor checks that. We have any luck this week?
Nothing.
Nothing this week.
Not a
And
thing.
that's going to wrap up all the basic bitch stuff and cover that and get it out of the way. We're going to move on and see what Trevitt has for us in our world famous news section after this. All right. Jingle, jingle, coming back.
You know what?
What's up?
I'm looking at the comics lists and the release lists, and December 13th, no Phoenix Resurrection. December 20th,
I don't know
no
what's
Phoenix
going on with that.
Resurrection. I don't either. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're coming back from break. That can be our news.
Yeah, I got a couple of things, not actual news stories, but like a correction for myself and something else.
Okay, here we
I'm
go.
forgetting right now.
All right, and we are back. And Trevor's got some tidbits of news for you while we continue to contemplate when the first part of this Jean Grey story comes out. So while you say the news, I'm going to see what I can find, okay?
All right. So I don't got a lot this week. I got one correction to make. I think last week I said that Secret Warriors was going to end at issue 11, but I don't know what the fuck I was thinking because it's going to end on issue number 12. And with that, in January, Secret Warriors number 12, end of the series. Next week, Royals number 12, end of the series. And then in the month of January, I think it's January, we're going to get, it's January. So after Secret Warriors number 12, which is going to be the last issue of the Inhumans ongoing series, we're going to get a book by Al Ewing and Mike Del Mundo called Inhumans Judgment Day. And that's it. After that, no Inhumans books. It's going to be like it was before they made the push for Inhumans books. So we're not going to have a single one. They used to show up a lot in Fantastic Four, but we don't have one of those books. So they're not going to show up in that. But I guess we're just going to see them in other titles whenever, the moment presents themselves, because no more push for Inhumans.
Right.
They're back to the way things
more
were.
mini series related, probably.
Yeah, more miniseries related if they come, because none of it been announced. But other than that, you'll just you'll see them when you see them, because after Judgment
Is
Day,
Black Bolt ending at 12, or what's Black Bolt going till?
I totally forgot about Black Bolt, because for some reason I like that book so much too. No word on that. It's only at number 9 right now. It's really, really popular, so it might not end. I guess we'll see how long it can go. It's probably. I mean, I really enjoy Royals. Al Ewing's doing some interesting stuff, and Secret Warriors is a nice, fun book, but unfortunately, no one is buying it. And Black Bolt is the best out of all three. It's the best story. It's its own thing. It's him on his own travels. It's not like it doesn't depend on the universe of the Inhumans. Like, he was off in space doing his own thing. Now he's coming back here and he's learning about what happened during Secret Empire, and he's going to go out for payback. So I think the next issue of Black Bolt is him fighting Captain America, because I don't know if he's sure about, he knows all the details on Evil Steve and Regular Steve yet. So the cover of the next issue is Captain America holding his shield, taking a blast, so we'll see what happens there. But I don't know. Other than that book continuing, there's going to be no other Inhumans book, which I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm going to miss Secret Warriors. It was good. I'll miss Royals. They were good for what they were, but it's nice to have a finite series with a beginning and an ending. And I can take a Black Bolt book because he's my favorite Inhumans character. So if that's the only book they'll do, then so be it.
Fine by you.
Yeah, it's fine by me. And it's going back to the way it was. Like, before, they scaled back all the X-Men books. They, instead of having like 20 X-Men books, they had like 3 or 4, maybe 2, and then they had like a bunch of Inhumans books trying to push Inhumans in their place, or kind of try to share that niche with them, but it didn't work out. So now they're scaling back Inhumans altogether, and they're making a hard push for X-Men again with like 20 X-Men books. So I'm okay with that if Marvel wants to go back to the way things were.
90s style.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it seems like they're trying to put everything back the way it was. Like they're bringing Hulk back, they're bringing Thor back, they're putting everybody back in their place. Um, I like everything they're doing. They're doing like taking a cue. I noticed this earlier today when I was talking to somebody. I was telling them how the big storylines things, like instead of doing like huge crossovers events, they're doing the big storylines, or they're doing these limited series that are their own thing, like the Doctor Strange one, the Inhumans one, Spirits of Vengeance. Like Valiant does that. They do their big storylines inside their books, and then they have the limited series like Eternity or like Secret Weapons, stuff like that. So they're kind of like taking a page out of Valiant's book and running it that way, just on a larger scale. And I'm okay with that. If Marvel wants to become Valiant, do things the way they do it, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. There was something else. Oh yeah, Phoenix Resurrection. I don't know if you found anything, but
No,
December
I
13th.
don't think it comes
Not
out
on.
until January, to be honest with you, from what I'm
I know
seeing.
that's what I'm thinking now too. Maybe they just meant number one was going to come out in December, at the end of December. I
Maybe
guess
there,
I don't
because
know.
there's 1 week I can't see all the releases for. I see a bunch of True Believers, like they're all Phoenix True Believer issues for the next 2 weeks, and that's all I see. Like, just so you got some classic Jean Grey issues, which means that usually they theme those up to the release of something big. So it's either coming out the 27th will be the first one, or the first week of January.
I think that's probably
Yeah,
what it's going to be.
that's all I know about it, really, because I can't see what the
Because
release schedule is 27th yet.
so it'll probably be the first issue at the end of December, the last week, and then first, second, third, fourth week would be the next four issues, and that'll be the series. So
Yeah,
because in
and
that,
the only thing I did hunt down of note that's interesting comes out in the next 2 weeks is on the 20th. X-Men Grand Design issue 1 comes out, so that'll be
yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
saw that. Yeah, I can't wait for that. He's going to put the whole entire X-Men history in a smaller
Ed Piskor, whatever
scale.
his name is.
Yeah, Ed Piskor.
So
I think he's the guy who did that the history
I'm
of hip hop.
interested in that.
Yeah, he's writing it, drawing it. He's doing everything. He does it all by himself.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what?
I don't know when the second one comes out, but I want to check out the first one, see what it's like anyway.
The Phoenix release schedule makes total sense, I guess, because in February, I think on my birthday, because that's the comic books are going to be coming out on the 14th. So I think on my birthday, X-Men Red #1 is going to come out. So it makes sense that the Phoenix Resurrection story will go through January, and then we'll get the first week of February off, and then the second week of February we'll get X-Men Red #1, which will be the Jean Grey led X-Men team.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, there was one more thing I wanted to say, but it just totally fucking slipped my mind, and I'm not gonna think of it. It's just not gonna come back.
No.
Because
If you remember it, we'll come back to it. But
yeah, harder I fight, the further it gets away.
Yeah, that's what always happens. You remember it by the end. We'll make it our end segment. But that's it for the news. We're gonna wrap things up and start off with Amazing Spider-Man Venom Inc. Alpha #1 right after this.